Today, I am going to talk about wildlife and biodiversity status in Nepal in international level and why mountain matters for us. And also, there are many issues that's going on in mountain areas, and I am going to tell the solutions how to solve those kind of issues like glaciers, lake outburst, flood, and biodiversity loss, habitat fragmentation and species loss, etc. I'm going to start from my introductions and how I became a ranger and my working area in different parts of the Nepal, different protected area of Nepal. You already seen my name, Dharmendra Budthapa, and I am from Jumna, Karnataka province. And I myself involved in conservation since 2017. After SLC, everyone has a dream, right? And so I have, and then my parents said, like, you just have to stay here and you can pursue your education by nearby institution. But I always fascinated about the term ranger, ranger and engineer looks like a similar sound to me, and then I just wanna be a ranger in my future. So after that, I left my place and I came to Kathmandu for my further study and appear in the entrance exam and top the entrance exam and already admitted to the college. And after 3 years back, it was really awesome. And then I even taught the college. And fortunately, at that time, there are more vacancies, going to come in government sector. At the time, my age is like not more than 20, it's like 90s, 18 years, 10 months I did. And then I applied for the rangers. I don't have any preparations. I didn't go any institution for tuition and everything. Because at that time, it's like not more than 1.5 months left to appear in the exam. So I just confidently I gave exam, and then finally after years I passed the exam and got into service. Like my first posting was Rara National Park. This is the Sabarmati National Park. I think here is the Rara National Park. If you look at this picture, there is the west part of Nepal. You can go. There is RMP. Many of you know about the Rara Lake. This is the Rara National Park. This is my first posting, where I spent I think more than 2.5 years. I worked there in conserving the wild flora and fauna, and also deal with the many tourists from foreigners and more like Nepali tourists. There are many domestic tourists, more than 10,000 every year. Now the data shows that. And after that, I went to the Sabarmati National Park here in eastern part of Nepal, and the Tibetan wolf are there in the mountain ecosystem. And these are, I think, these animals are our identity. Whatever we are selling now to the tourists, we are not selling like for the clean properly everything. We are just doing like tourism activities. If you would see here, all the biodiversity connect the people. People relationship with the livelihood. If you see in that year, I was there, over 55,000 number of tourists has came in, foreigners came in Sagarmatha National Park. Just in one national park, 55,000. It's a very big number. And the revenue from that, national park directly comes to the government. So this is our potential, And if you look this mountain landscape, this is from Kanchenjunga Conservation Area, and there are not more than 12 households, like I think 40 to 100 meters from initial level. On top of this base, there is two highly dangerous lakes over there. And we don't know, there is lack of research, when they are going to cross and then sweep the place. Fishing would also categorize this lake also in a highly vulnerable lake. And another, if you see the left hand side, there is called, I took this picture from Budthapa, and this is the place where some great one, from eastern part of Nepal, So why I am keeping these pictures is that the data shows more than 70% of the people who belongs from the rural area. And for me, I am also from the rural area, and many of you from the rural area. We come here for the study and our own purpose, but our home belongs from the mountain. And if there is no mountain, there is no home. And if there is climate change is everywhere, and climate change never looks like this is Nepal, I cannot do anything. This is US and I have to do this. No, this is Earth, And we feel like we are more vulnerable. Last time, the glacial lake outburst was happening, recently happened in Khame, and the Khame village was swept away, And then many people, there are, I think, in that luckily the people are outside of the village. They went in Gumba, I think, and then no human injuries and everything, but all the buildings are super. This is a huge loss, due to the climate change and global warming. But in the mountains, there are no, many users. If you look, there is a left side, this is me, and three other, they are citizen scientists. And we were there for the Estonia Park survey, their behavioral survey and everything. And also we did, in the right side, there is it's called Sewage Now, we call it now. In its English name is Blue Sea. And we have to do counting of this animal and how this animal affect the Estonia Park behavior and how this animal increase and decrease. And this increase, how because these animals are the food of the Estonia Park. So if this number of animals increase, then the Estonia Park are abundant. Why? Because abundant food directly related to the abundant number of animals. So we did many surveys in Kanchenjunga also, and now we are going to do in Sephoksanga National Park with using drone and AI. This is a new concept from the government, and we are going to do that. Now I am working there as a ranger, so this is interesting, And having said that, I have to, tell you guys one thing, that in mountain areas there are many researchers. If you see in Nepal, there are huge number of people, not more than 10 people that are doing, species conservation. If you see one of the people, I don't want to say his name, but he's doing really great job, And I can tell you everyone, just come, and if you are from the social logic background, if you are from environment background, this no matter, your interest matter. Just come and do your research work. Like there are many, species. We have to still we need to explore. There are more, written place because our mountain is a young mountain and fragile. It's so fragile and so young, and there are many species. So recently, the brown bear, we know the brown bear is there, but we cannot tell it because we don't have the data to tell. Last time the camera, traps or we done in Humla biodiversity, and their team finally, the brings the paper, and finally they said like in Tibetan region they are living the brown bear, not only snow leopard. And we are, always thinking as a wildlife biologist, enthusiast, many practitioners. We are always thinking like that. It's not about only. No, there are other good predators also. Tibetan wolf. I also witnessed the Tibetan wolf. I think here's the pictures. At that time, there are two Tibetan wolves at that time. I was still like more than 5 days. Yes, these are the pictures. First, this the corner pictures one. 3 people are my citizen scientists, and I was there with them more than 5 days. I spent my 5 days in like more than 4,200 meter in a snowy winter time, and with tent and everything. And at that time, they called me in the morning. Surfer just came. Come, we saw a snow leopard. It's like not more than 7 o'clock in the morning. So I went there, and then I saw two Tibetan wolves. They said like it's not leopard, and then I said to them, it's very far, and then can you play a horn, and then they play a horn, and then they turn back to me, and then I just click the pictures, and this moment was so awful, and then this moment, gives me like the energy, more energy to do work in the high mountain areas. And at the last, I call to every one of you. Like I am working in the national park, like different national park in Nepal from east to west. Like till now, I have worked in 4 national park, and I call to everyone. Just you can join. You can come as a researcher. You can come as a traveler. Just go in mountains and to explore their species and the mountain ecosystem. Why climate change is happening and everything. Now climate change is so harsh in conditions and time is like that. And at last, I want to thank to my not mine but to the government, the partners, the WWF and Ishimot, NTNC, and ZSL. These are the partners who are doing the really great job in the field and supporting all these steps to to do the wildlife and conservation work in the mountain. So these are the partners, and thank you all of you for here to listen to this conversation. Thank you.